I did the research, and I wrote the first draft of this with AI. Then I went over it with my own voice. Yes, using my fingers and a keyboard. It still hits the same beats, but at my rhythm and tone. This video is about how a seemingly innocuous decision actually moggs the entire outcome of countless essays, including this video. Just to make this fun, I left some of the voice in this video in the cold, unfeeling hands of AI to see if you can guess where it started taking over. There's a Cornell study that has cataloged this homogenic effect. They took people from India and from the US and had half of them write using AI autocomplete to see what happened to their voices. With AI turned on, rather unsurprisingly, the Indian writers started sliding towards American English. Not the grammar they'd normally use, nor their style. The even more unsurprising part is that this was a one-way ticket to America Town. The American writer's style drifted about as much as a new player in Mario Kart. When one style has more training mass, the smaller ones fall into it like a black hole. A tool that detects the style difference 90% of the time dropped to 60 when the Indians were using AI. It's not happening just across countries and language barriers either. Another team found that AI makes standalone pieces of writing better, but makes the full body of writing more alike. It's easy to see the improvement when an output is judged alone, but it's also easy to see that shit gets rather samey rather fast. The crazy part is that when Stanford checked whose opinions the default model mirrors, it lands on a liberal, college-educated, higher-income, non-religious person. We can call him Jeff. We're not just converging on some better middle. We're slowly being trained to write like this same guy. And it's hard to catch if you don't know what to look for. You could quickly become a Jeff. That'd be sad enough on its own. Except there's a second thing going on at the same time, and almost nobody connects the two. While the machine flattens your voice, it's also taking it. Every one of the big AI companies, all 6, trains on what you type into the free version by default. Not the enterprise one people pay for, that's carved out. The consumer one, the one you and I actually use. You have to go find the switch and turn it off. And almost nobody does. Which is the entire reason it's a switch you have to find. The one that got me, and I say this while literally using it to research this video, is Anthropic, the Claude people. For years, their whole pitch was, we don't train on your tats. That was the privacy-safe choice. Last August, they flipped it. Now your conversations feed the model unless you opted out by a deadline most people never heard about. And they went from keeping your data 30 days to keeping it for 5 years. The little toggle to say no came pre-checked yes, tucked under a big friendly accept button. So the thing helping me write a video about getting harvested is harvesting me while it helps. I'm the product. Now, if you look at Google's privacy page, it's almost refreshing. They just flat out tell you, don't type anything into Gemini you wouldn't want a human to read, because they might, and they'll keep it for 3 years. At this rate, the scale of this harvest is hard to even grasp. Just ChatGPT alone takes in 2.5 billion messages every day. Every single message is a training data point, unless you opted out. Reddit stopped being the major source of new training data a while back. All right, I can already hear you saying, but Nate, I don't have anything to hide. But Nate, I don't have anything important to say. But Nate, getting soul-mogged is the cost of progress. Why does it matter? And why do they want our chat messages so badly? It's because they're running out of us. Another research group did the math on how much passable human written text exists on the internet, and they'll have eaten through it all somewhere between now and the early 2030s. Ilya Sutskever, one of the AI goats, called data the fossil fuel of AI, and said we hit peak data because there's only one internet and we fed it to the beast already. Now all that's left is shit written with AI assistance, which is like poison to the algorithm. What's the irony here? The more you use AI, the more toxic training data you make, the more inbred AI gets. So the rarest thing in the entire industry, the diamond under the mountain, is the one real verified human sentence. Don't believe me? Meta just paid over $14 billion for a company whose whole job is refining raw human input into training fuel. They didn't just flatten your voice, they repriced it, and the price went up. And when something gets that valuable, companies quit asking nicely. A couple days ago, security researchers caught XAI's coding tool doing something genuinely nasty. When developers ran it, it was silently zipping up their whole projects, full history, passwords, secret keys, and everything, and shipping them to XAI's own cloud storage by default. And the opt-out you'd reach for, the don't use my data one, it didn't stop it. They wired that toggle to cover something else. Researchers watched the files leave on the wire provably. XAI's response was to quietly switch it off a day later and say nothing about what happened to everything they already had. They called the feature session traces. Efficiency. That's the tell, always. When they take the thing they shouldn't, it comes with a boring, technical, efficient-sounding name. I made a video the other week titled, AI is rubber and you're glue. And the gist of it is that AI trains you as much as you train AI. This is the raw version of that. You feed it your realness. It uses your realness to pass as human. It uses that pass to flatten the next person's voice. Their flattened writing lands on a blog post or a video, gets ingested, and trains the next model, but your realness got diffused more to sound like that one guy, Jeff. Then you have a deeper conversation with Claude, because let's face it, you're hooked on efficiency, and every round, it wants more of the real you while leaving a little less of you behind. So, that's why I'm typing this by hand, like a caveman. Something that would get me fired in today's job market. Not out of some deep principle of the thing, though. AI writing is peak. That's the whole trap. It's so easy and good that saying no feels stupid. Even though every time I say yes, I'm paying for it with the only asset I still have left. Really, I'm like those green volunteers I used to make fun of in the 2010s. They buy a paid package to volunteer on an elephant farm and then proceed to get paid nothing to shovel elephant shit and build bungalows for the next people simping over changing the world. I always wondered what they got out of that. And maybe now I know. Anyway, that's me, mostly by hand. Can you tell which part of this video was AI copy pasta and what was my real voice? Maybe even I can't anymore. If you can, use your meat fingers inefficiently in the comments.